Hello there, here's a video on copying a group of NPCs, something I've been working on quite a while ago and I got it fixed and then I just haven't had time to make a video of it. This is a scripted item in my main hand here, and as you can see its health bar is in yellow. These are orbs here and they are named file red and file yellow, and I'll explain that later. But first of all, if I click this will clear the list so it starts fresh. Then I move this over to my offhand and I can click on this guy, B and C, and then if I have that in my offhand, and then as you'll notice when I pick those guys the bar turned to purple, and then when I click it again into air it will turn to green, and it says writing file red for NPC group. So that means that that group is now in this red orb here. It's kind of saved there. So I can now click here and those guys show up like that, and they're, as you can see, they're rotated in the right direction, and this was the direction they were originally. And you can actually also just put them off at like a 45-degree angle, or any other angle, and also it will check for height. It will check up to 5 blocks because you have to be kind of realistic about this. You know, if you're going to put them, you have to think ahead where you're going to put them in some ways. So I don't have them checking for, you know, air pockets or something like that. You have to put them on kind of some sort of solid terrain that's doesn't vary more than let's say 5 blocks. You can actually come up here and I can put that guy there and they will fall down, and when they reset they do take a little bit of damage, but so you can just make all sorts of formations like that. That's pretty nice. So, and then what you can do is you have to clear this out again, and then put a different orb, and we could pick this guy, and let's say that dog and that dog, and we'll pick, you can pick as many guys as you want. I suppose there might be a limit, but not really. So it's in purple. Now we click it again, goes to green, that means go, and there you go. Those guys are all set. They're up there, and that's how that works. And like I said, it really, any angle will work. You can see the angle. That was something I had a big problem with, rotating. I had it almost right, and I had to ask a question on Math Exchange to just tweak the way it calculates that rotation a little bit. All the math is actually right here. That's 90% of the figuring out of what's going on. So now how this works is what it's doing is writing a file named what the orb is in my hand. So as long as that orb begins with the first 4 letters, capital F-I-L-E, it will create a file in the directory here. See, file red, file yellow. I've also tried white, green. Those are other files I made, and these are other things that are not related to this, but so that file red, like this basically. This might be an earlier version of it. So basically it's a JSON file, even though it says JS. It's a JSON format, I should say, and it copies the entire information of the NPC, and then it copies the location of each NPC. You can see there's a 3-digit location, and then at the very end it will copy the angle at which I was looking at them. So that's how it calculates the direction of them. So, oops. And so you could have multiple ones of these, and you could just swap that out, and you know, you could have all sorts of them as long as the object begins with file. I have other ones in here. Oops. I clicked on that chest, and now I'm gonna have to get rid of those guys somehow. So that's how that works. It's pretty nice. I can also, what was I going to do here? It also works with some reason scripted items, once you load them into your hand, you have to click them twice to get them to work with the interact. I'm not quite sure why that is, but see, when you're just interacting in the air, I don't know why that is. So those three guys are added, and I write it, and then I can just put those guys off into some. See, the problem is with the horses, is that the horses always face the same way. So that's how that works. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a way of fixing that for you change the orientation of the horse, but that's the way the horse was saved, and I don't think I can fix that right now. Somehow, maybe someday. So anything else I want to show about the script here? So it creates a file. Oh yes, the only thing is it's actually fairly nicely documented here. I actually put some comments in. It's only 130 some lines. If you don't have something in your hand and you try clicking on an NPC, it says no file item in hand. Okay, oh, these both have. If I had a blank orb, it would work, is the thing. If I had a blank, if there was no file like that, if I go into here, and actually I could probably just delete out that file right there, and it's going to tell me there's no file. So I put in quite a bit of error protection in this, so it works pretty nice. It can work on rough terrain somewhat if it's not too complicated, and that's it. So thanks for watching.